think also the message is that we're tired of having code enforcement used as a tool for anything other than code enforcement. We're in favor of code enforcement. We're against abusive use of political power of any kind. And that includes code enforcement. So read the papers closely when you see a story about somebody getting shut down for code enforcement, now that you know what can happen. We're against racist stereotypes in the news media and jingoism, where a man who has a lot to say can be shut up by a few people who barely have any common sense, because what they say about a man they've never met and whose work they've never seen is repeated over and over and over again and amplified until people are so sure that what's being told is true that they don't even have to bother to listen to the person who's being talked about. And the next time you see someone vilified in the press, you might want to think about that experience here as well. And finally, I want to say thank you all for the folks who came out.
My name is Branda Miller. I'm a tenured full professor of media arts at the Arts Department at RPI. I've been at RPI for the past 17 years. There's a chilling effect happening at RPI. It started with the Faculty Senate being closed down, and then with Wafa Bilal's censorship. And I'm here to speak out about it. I think it's very important for people at RPI to talk about how disappointed they are in our president, President Jackson, and in our institution. Okay, Bilal's reputation was immediately transformed from artist to terrorist. The Arts Department was defamed by the implication as a safe haven for terrorists. By implication, my colleagues, the professors, the artists, and the students in the program are all considered from artists to terrorists. We've all been transformed to terrorists. When the sanctuary was closed, because there was terrorist art in it, everyone who goes to the sanctuary was transformed to terrorists. From the get-go, the action of the president is misinformed and wrong. The art department has been smeared. It is to no one's benefit that this has happened, including the RPI administration. That it carried forward to shutting down the Sanctuary for Independent Media by the city of Troy and has inspired protests on both sides shows the soreness and volatility of the situation. Dr. Jackson has compounded this now by commissioning a review committee to monitor what is appropriate to bring to campus. Really? This creation of a task force charged with judging the ethics and moral standards of campus research is a move that is culturally ignorant and at the core an assault on academic freedom and freedom of expression. This also bodes ill for MPAC ever getting off the ground. While this $200 million edifice is being finished, with her actions, she is cutting the cables that tie it to the hill. Well, my colleagues and I are very disturbed by the situation. We can't let it go. We must defend our rights. We've been defamed first by the administration and then by the city. But you all here are here for more reasons than Wafa Bilal being censored and the sanctuary being censored. We are all feeling the chilling effect. Our rights are being eroded. And in Troy, we're standing strong and saying, "Free Troy! Free Troy! Free Troy! Free Troy!" And now I want to introduce the chair of the Arts Department, who has really been a great leader for us in this time of stress, Kathy High. For coming out today. I'm going to read a quote from the National Coalition Against Censorship that was emailed to us today. Times of war, fear, and political turmoil have always posed a threat to free speech and open debate. The First World War brought us the Palmer raids, the Second World War, loyalty oaths, the Cold War, McCarthy's witch hunts. We cannot stand by today and watch a work of art banned by an institution of higher learning simply because it engages in an exploration of the logic of terrorism. We cannot tolerate city officials making use of the building code to close an art space space which has dared show art that some of them find politically offensive. Art about terrorism is not an act of terrorism. Art, whatever its medium, painting, sculpture, or an interactive video game, is the constitutionally protected expression of a point of view. Today, more than ever, we urgently need a genuine conversation about the causes and psychology of terrorism. Muzzling this discussion will bind us in ignorance and fear, not make us safer. Thank you. I just want to thank the Sanctuary for Independent Media for taking the risk to stand up for dissent in art. And please, let's all just express our thanks to the Sanctuary. And the poet Audre Lorde says, your silence will not protect you. This is a moment for us to speak up in support not only of free speech, but to speak up against the hate-mongering and the fear-mongering that were behind the suppression of free speech. Hate-mongering, fear-mongering, and racism that brands people as terrorists and uses that fear-mongering and hate-mongering to advance an agenda of abuse of power and domination. So, in thanks for the Sanctuary, I'd like to ask, we're going to pass a hat around. We're going to help the Sanctuary come up to code and continue to be able to be in a position to take these risks on our behalf.
Boom, billy, 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 boom. On the microphone, here I come to rock with the bass and drums, with the one and the all that come. Don't you know that the time has come to ring the alarm undone? Remember the life before. Every mother was a news report of another brother lost at war, and the family he left home, a wife and a baby and a loan, a flag and a medal and a tomb, a general in every living room, and a television telling you to hate everybody but you. But it doesn't have to be that way. I remember back in the day, when we used to say, okay, give a hand to somebody else, it's your ticket out of hell. Unring that bell. Unring that bell. Unring that bell. Unring that bell. It's your ticket out of hell. And heaven will surely know. The angels they will tell. Unring that bell. Unring that bell. Unring that bell. It's your ticket out of hell. And heaven will surely know.
Signs up and keep marching around. Let's hear it for yourself. Next one. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Please hold your signs up and keep marching around.